So monday.com automation. I'm gonna try to make this short video so it saves you time. So we have here, when we click on monday.com and we click on automate here, this is what we're going to see. We're gonna click on board automation here, auto automation. Then here you're gonna create this automation. But a good explanation here is that how you should look at, let's say, status. When status, this is the trigger, so you should look at it as the trigger. Now when you see something, you should look at it as a condition and then create a sub item. Of course, this is an action. And sorry for this. Now when you click on when this happens, so we have here status changes to something, then move item to a group. We can then and then do this, and then we can notify someone. Okay, so when status, the status, that's why it's just, you can add another column, but here when you search you don't have other options, so it's pretty much the status here for this automation. Now might be different for different automation. And now, so when status changes to something stuck, then move the item to move here of created specifically for then notify someone. So here notify, you can enter a message and then someone, me, the message, it works. So I'm gonna recap again. When status changes to stock, then move the item, move here, that's the group, and then notify myself. Create a connection, create an automation, sorry. And then here we have the works. So I'll change this to stock. And now it moved here. Now if I change this to stock, it moved here. And also notified me, and you'll see the notifications right up here, notifications. Now we also have dependencies on monday.com, and you can think of dependencies, you can imagine them like a to-do list on monday.com, and dependencies are like saying, hey, I can't start on these tasks until you finish that one. So by linking tasks together, you can see how your project flows, avoid anyone jumping ahead, and really keep things on track. I can click on this plus here, more columns, and then here in board power up, usually dependency is located here in board power up, and I can click on set up dependencies between items in board. I can add to boards, and I'll like this to be flexible and choose column for a item dependencies. I can choose a column. So let's say date or timeline if you want to, or you can just save like that without that. So here we have dependency. So, and now what we're gonna need to do, we're gonna have to connect. So first I'm gonna click on here and connect to task A or dependent on task A. And now I'm gonna go to automate dependencies, and when status changes to something, I'll choose this one. So when the status changes to done, change the status of its dependency dependent on. So change the status of its dependent on. I can add another column, but I'm gonna go with this one to working on it. So when status is changes to, okay, just add this now. And now when I'm changing task A, I'm changing this to done. This one is working on it. Should do update. Okay, it updated. So now this one is working on it. Because in this instance, task A or task B is dependent, and when we actually change this, when I finish working on it, so it depends now on task A being finished. That's kind of like what you need to understand. So task B is dependent, and once the task is finished, this will change. And we have here more settings. We can change here more. We can also see history, info. We can also see the the options here. We can run ID, we can see we can report an issue, we can see this, just info created by, just automation ID, and all the other analysis is if it succeeded, if it failed.